Hey everybody, this is Paul Tamayo and Gita Jackson for Kotaku.com, and today we're checking out the exploration side of Fire Emblem Three Houses. So here you get a chance to walk around the, what is it again? The
Garreg Mach Monastery.
Garreg Mach Monastery, Fire Emblem Hogwarts, and you get to talk to characters that are both in your house and the ones that aren't in your house. So this is the dining room area where I take a little detour on the outside just to show off a little bit of the outside, which
it's so beautiful.
I love exploring this whole monastery.
Garreg Mach is lovely.
It's so beautiful. So here's Annette. She's in another house, and I go ahead and start talking to her. And what's cool is after you answer a couple questions or you charm them up enough, you get the option to recruit them to your house. In this case, I didn't have enough of that stat that she wanted, but this is one of my favorite parts of the game.
Yeah, the game gives you the ability in the dining hall to share a meal with certain characters. And if you share a meal with the characters that are in your house, then their motivation raises, which means you can teach them more. But if you share a meal with characters outside your house, it just increases the bond between you and that character, which again makes it easier to recruit them. I actually was able to recruit a character from another house pretty early on, Sylvain.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting to have that character come into your house and interact with the other students. I mean, they have, support conversations and everything as well, so they're anticipating you trying to do that. It's just really sweet. I feel like I always get to know a little bit about these characters through eating with them.
Love it.
And I love, seeing what kinds of foods they like and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's, frankly, so much to do in this monastery.
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I'm showing off right here just really quickly. You can even fish if you go to like the southern part of the monastery, I believe.
Yeah. The fishing minigame is actually kind of good. Yeah. And also you can garden. I've been spending a lot of time gardening.
God.
You can have your kids participate in the church choir. You can do all kinds of stuff.
So much stuff.
But mainly what you do is instruct your characters.
Yes.
And it can take a little bit to get a hang of what this means. But basically stuff with the blue arrows, it's stuff they're good at and they want to learn more about. Stuff with the arrows, the red arrows and stuff they aren't that good at and may have more of a difficulty learning. When you're starting out, it's easy just to try and dump points in anything, but you'll soon figure out if you put a lot of points in an axe for Hilda, she will become a monster.
Beast.
Yo, she is my favorite on the battlefield, I gotta say.
Also, the praise mechanic here, if they do something really well, you can get another chance at raising their motivation again, which gives you more sessions to go back and increase more of their stats.
So Paul pointed out to me earlier, I actually did not pay enough attention to this. When you see those 3 stars, that means that isn't necessarily something the character is good at, but if you put points into that, you might unlock some cool stuff.
And this is the goals portion of the instruction side where you can get a bird's eye view of things that they want to get better at and in ways in which you can sort of help them further along that path or even make custom focuses for them.
Yeah. Sometimes characters will come to you when you're teaching and say, I want to change my focus to this. And I usually try to let them guide me because I think that's in character and interesting.
Yeah, you want to listen to them.
Yeah, you are a teacher, so that means you are a mentor to your students.
Right.
So that means they come to you for advice about these things. The game makes such a point in pointing out that you're not much older than them because, of course, you're going to romance some of them after the time skip. So it's not weird.
It's got to justify it.
Yeah. But it's cool how much of this teaching stuff really makes you feel a part of their lives and really does make you feel like you are their mentor.
Totally.
Before they change their focuses, they ask you.
Right. And here's the group session that we did earlier. So you can pair 2 students together to do a weekly activity. And if they get along well enough and they do the job well enough, they'll come back with their bond strengthened and their motivation increased as well. And sometimes you'll even get some items and you'll get money too, which is a nice bonus.
Yeah, the money is really helpful because keeping these kids equipped is expensive.
Yeah, it ain't cheap.
Yeah.
And then here, finally, I'm showing off my boy Claude. I decided to change his class just for fun, just to a fighter class, and he's got an odds of passing, 100% chance. So I figured, why not? Let's just go for it.
They framed changing character classes as sort of a certification exam, like taking a driver's license test.
It's great.
It's really, really cool. I like how everything seamlessly works in terms of teaching.